last kind of advice tip that I want to give you, and this is about how we're speaking to our children. In society, we're always using the words, "You're naughty." Stop today saying "you're naughty." Start using good choices and bad choices. Help children make the connection between you're not speaking down to them, because once they actually are talked to like "you're naughty," if they hear that over and over again, they actually could start to believe that. Discipline can be loving, and actually it's a huge form of love, and it absolutely has nothing to do with anger. In life and just society has made us believe that discipline has to be like in the moment, we're frustrated, we're torqued off, and now we're responding emotionally. No, that's actually the opposite of what it is. So an example of this, and this is what really, when I read this book, this is what really helped me, be able to get a handle on myself and be able to change the way that I parented my children. So one example is my son struggles with transitions, right? So I put a lot of monitoring on screen time and things like that. That's just kind of the teacher in me, but he'll get some tablet time. And then, I'll set a timer. He has a visual. I'll be like, "Bud, you got 5 minutes. Remember, you're going to handle it." And sometimes he does. And sometimes he just does so phenomenal. And then sometimes he just throws a big, gigantic fit. And his sister's 3, and she'll look at him like, "Bro, you're crazy." She handles it really well, and he just doesn't. What this book helped me, it helped me understand how to speak to him. I can say something like this. This is an example. "I understand you're upset. It's really hard to be told no, or, to stop something when we're having fun. But right now, it's time to eat dinner, and your timer went off for your tablet." That's it, right? And I'm gonna hug him, and I'm gonna just physical touch is another thing that this book talks about, and it's so huge, because when our children are, throwing tantrums or crying or just emotional, they get, because they're humans, we all get emotional. And when they don't have the skills to handle these hard things, then it's so important that not only are we talking to them appropriately, but then we're, with our actions towards them. So, I'll rub his back, and every now and then it gets to the point to where, he continues to throw tantrums. So then that's when, if he continues and, I've kind of given him the resources that he needs, it's like, "Buddy, I understand that you're upset. I know that it's really hard, right? I know that you love your tablet time. However, right now it's time to eat dinner, or right now it's time to go to bed. Right now it's time to, move on. You can't sit on the tablet all day." And that's just the way it is, right? Because I'm the parent, he doesn't just get to do whatever he wants. And I'm going to follow through with that. And I'm going to, rub his back and help him to kind of move on. Let's say he continues. So then that's when you can, put in some consequences. "Well, I'm letting you know that if you continue, now you threw something, because you decided to throw something, well, now your tablet time is gone tomorrow or in the morning, or you don't get," whatever the case is. You want to make sure that your consequence matches the action. That's kind of another thing that this book really talks about. It's one of those things where it's don't be so out of pocket as a parent. Be like, "Oh, you did that, therefore you are not having a birthday." I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Or "That's it. All of your Christmas presents are gone." First off, that's really teaching a child that, okay, they didn't have the skills in the first place. And now you are giving them a huge consequence that you're not going to follow through with. So now that's teaching them that they can still behave any way that they want. You're going to say something that you don't mean, and then they're going to still get what they want. And then you're going to create this huge irrational consequence when they didn't even really have maybe the skills in the first place, but they still need to learn.